All right, I'm Todd Magee with Deadair Silencers, and I've had a lot of questions lately about the shims that come with the Odessa 9. And what we're really trying to do for the shooter is be able to handle all the variation that comes from both 9mm subsonics to supersonics to actions that open very easily, like a ZEV or a lightweight slide, or something like a standard Glock 19 right out of the package that has really heavy spring action and has a heavy lockup. So what we're able to do there is fine-tune the experience for the pistol, because what you have is a really lightweight slide is going to unlock super fast. And so if you have a handgun that has a very free-floating light spring, it's going to unlock so fast it actually can damage the pistol, and it actually shakes parts off of the pistol. So what you do by adding shims is you increase the dwell time of the slide and the barrel from unlocking, and you really drastically slow the slide from throwing back and kicking out a case too soon. And so what you experience as a shooter is your ejection port actually can slowly trickle out brass if you dial it in right. So that's a key thing to look for. The other key thing is if you're just getting a lot of ejection port noise and the pistol feels really snappy in your hand, then you may want to increase the shims. And as a general rule, what we find is that adding a few more shims will always help. So I think we send it with 3 right now. What you find too is, begin with just 1 or 2. In the instruction manual, we actually say to begin with 2. You may find that you go all the way to 3 after things are kind of breaking in and wearing in. So really the whole idea is to time it, the ejection port opening when it's appropriate for your firearm. If you have a really heavy action, you shoot a really light load, you may want to try none at all, but more than likely you'll put 1 or 2 in almost all the time. Okay, so as an example, this Beretta M9 is a really good example of something that traditionally people have been able to use a suppressor that's 6 to 8 ounces and it'll cycle without a booster. But if you put a booster on here that is overly aggressive, it's actually going to make it run worse. So what we did is we put all 3 spacers in here so that we could get a full compression on it, so it really delays the cycle, but it still gives a good push, so it ejects really well. So that's one of those things where it depends on the firearm. It's hard to say there's a hard and fast rule of exactly what you should do, because there are a lot of things going on in the system and it depends on the firearm.